Shotguns suck for home defense. That is all. All right, before you start getting all angry in the comments section, understand, I love shotguns, okay? And actually, I think they are a useful tool for home defense. Sometimes. Here's my entire point. Shotguns are awesome. There's no doubt whatsoever about the significance of power. Your traditional 12-gauge shotgun with double-aught buck, I mean, that's 9 pellets being thrown downrange at a pretty significant velocity, 1,350 feet per second, according to these rounds. What would be better than that in a close quarters application? I don't know, maybe anything that isn't so loud and concussive and as can be argued, limited capacity. Take, for instance, my Beretta 1301 Tactical here. Law enforcement model. It still has, depending on the shells, about a 2 3/4 inch. If they're standard measurement, sometimes there's a little give and take with that 2 3/4. You can fit 7 in the tube. Typically, I can only fit about 6 though, because they're shotgun shells and they're not exactly 2 3/4 inch. See what I mean? With this being a semi-auto shotgun, which is something I would prefer more in a home defense situation because it's one less thing you have to remember in a high-stress environment to rack said shotgun every single time, like my pump-action Mossberg 590A1 short-barreled shotgun, which is also a great, more compact solution for home defense. My biggest problem with shotguns for home defense is usually the mentality behind them. Not denying whatsoever just how effective they are in close quarters. It's usually the mindset of people that I've heard so many times. All you gotta do is just, and then the bad guy's just gonna run away. I'm not ever going to leave to chance somebody's willingness to fight by just racking or making noise. It might work for bobcats. It might work for some other type of predators out there, but a lot of times human nature, fight or flight, sometimes goes out the window and it's just fight. And they might start shooting in your direction in which you're just making noise from. Don't like that mindset whatsoever. Second mindset is, I don't need to aim because it has such a wide spread. I don't need to aim, I'll hit whatever's down there anyway. Yeah, that's not a bad mindset to have. Sure, actually it's a terrible mindset to have, but it's even a worse mindset to have if you're not the only occupant in said building. If maybe you're needing to make sure that you're accounting for every single projectile being thrown downrange, you might want to actually be accountable for every single projectile being thrown downrange. If I were to take my home defense gun, my Bull Armory TAC, my home defense pistol, I should say, and I'm starting to throw lead downrange with this guy, I can tell you right now, wherever my red dot is wherever that bullet is going to go. Wherever my red dot is on my 1301, yes, I'm going to have a wider group, and here at about 20 yards, well, should we take a look at what that group might look like? Let's put up a clean target and show you guys. So we've got 2 clean targets because I want to show you what about an 18.5-inch barrel looks like for the Beretta 1301 Tactical, and then the short-barreled shotgun and what kind of spread we're looking at here. I'm just going to take a shot from each, aiming center mass, and let's just see about it, all right? Alrighty, so one shot on the, let's go right-hand side. All right, safety on. And then with this guy, one shot, left-hand side, center mass. This is a really cool shotgun though, I will say that, with that Surefire integrated pump. That's neat. All right, let's take a look. Why this is such a big deal is because even though, yes, again, in a high-stress environment, not getting precise shots on target, probably not too bad, right? Beretta 1301, you can tell 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You can see just about the size of those are about a 9mm size in this target here. So absolutely devastating, right? Same thing with the 590A1. You can tell we have a little bit tighter group, or I'm sorry, wider group. Not by much, but again, at this distance of only about 20 yards or so, not that big of a deal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Cool. Now, why I might prefer something a little bit more precise, again, as being completely accountable for every single round I'm throwing down range. The other thing to think about is over-penetration. First of all, you don't want to use things like birdshot because that's for birds, not for people, or I should say threats, okay? Buckshot, in this case, though, has been proven to actually be very penetrative. If you think about just the impact that 9 of these pellets will have on a surface, it's going to overall weaken the entire structure. So you're going to see quite a bit of penetration, again, with these velocities of 1,350 feet per second, give or take. It's pretty significant. If you start thinking about the other types of ammunition that you could use, like hollow points, frangible ammunition out of a rifle or something along those lines, now all of a sudden you're not having to worry so much about over-penetration. Again, especially if you are in close proximity of neighbors, or you're not the only person dwelling in the house or structure that you're trying to defend. These are all things to kind of take into consideration. My biggest thing is, and again, I'll mention it, shotguns are absolutely useful. They are devastating, and they have proven themselves over the course of centuries now. And I own several of them, and I absolutely love them. And yes, I would recommend for home defense, if you are trained with it and know how to apply one of these very, very well. Where I see a shotgun actually playing a significant role is in a team application. If you've watched the TV show Terminalist, you see one of the characters running around with a Beretta 1301, and they do an excellent job at demonstrating a team application for a shotgun. The guys with the rifles are covering with the guy with the shotgun. The guy with the shotgun, usually the first man in the room, because, well, that makes sense. Especially, again, being a semi-auto shotgun, you can clear rounds pretty quick. You can also go through rounds pretty quick. So that's why having something like a match saver on the side here, which I have yet to install mine, so where you just push this back, send it home, is good to have. And then while you're sitting here reloading, by the way, if you like this entire setup, it's all Aridus Industries, your team can be providing cover for you, which again is a great thing to have. With all that being said here, in the pump action, this is the one that's going to take a little bit more training. What I've seen some people do is they actually forget. They send the round, and then they're trying to pull the trigger again, forgetting, oh, I need to pump it. And then having to go in here and, well, get loaded back up. I just want people to steer clear from the mindset of, I don't need to aim, and all I need is a sound to deter a threat. That's not at all true. Be accountable for everything that has lethality that you're sending down range. I guess one of the best ways to look at it is, and I've been told over my course of firearms industry career, is every bullet has a lawyer attached to it. So be cognizant of that. And don't think that a sound is going to deter anything other than maybe some finicky predators out in the woods. And that's only sometimes. Other than that, in a team application, I think shotguns are great. I am really excited to read your comments down in the comment section below about this one, because I know it's going to have some of you riled up. But understand my mentality and my mindset, especially after the years that I've been doing this now. I have seen so many people, even friends of mine. It's like, have you not watched any of my videos? Probably not. They're not that great anyway. But they're just, yeah, I'm just buying a shotgun for home defense. Why? Oh, I don't have to aim, or just, that'll scare somebody away, or they'll start shooting at you. Don't leave it to chance, guys. Seek quality training, seek quality firearms from quality instructors, seek quality training, and become a member at Gun Owners of America. Why? Because we are actively fighting, so things like a short-barreled shotgun, you shouldn't have to ask the government for permission to own short-barreled anything. And that's exactly what we're looking to fight with dismantling the NFA in our big, beautiful lawsuit. With that, that is a lot of fun, I'll tell you what. Support my friends over at Monadnock Firearms. They are local to me up here in New Hampshire, but they're also local to you nationally on the World Wide Web. And Hold Up Displays. Hold Up Displays is your #1 solution to getting all of your Second Amendment pride and joy, gear, ammo, firearms out of the back of the safe, off the ground, and beautifully displayed on your Made in America wall. And yes, you can secure it all to the wall too, so you don't have to worry about them, falling off, which they never will, but let's just say walking away. And if you haven't checked out my friends over at Gun Camp, that is Twista's organization that he started up in Illinois to help promote firearms education and safety. Check out Gun Camp, all right? Guys, we'll leave it off there. Again, I cannot wait to read the comment section on this one. Oh, it's gonna be spicy, I already know it. More spicy than double up buck at 10 yards? Maybe, that's up to you guys. God bless you guys, and we'll see you next time right here. Oh yeah.